Hello Scorpio, this is your monthly tarot card reading for August 2023. We're going to look at love life, we're going to look at channeled messages for you. Oof, there's one. And first off, we're going to take a couple of cards to just describe to us the energy that's important for you overall this month and kind of what you're bringing to this month as well. Oof. Wow, okay, cool. First of all, we have a slightly troublesome card. So we've got the Five of Wands. This is about communication which has become a little bit like a ball of wool. You know, when it gets really knotted up and you're kind of pulling one end and it's all getting tighter and more kind of screwed together, more scrunched up. It can be miscommunication, it can be that you're talking a lot with somebody, but it's words instead of meaning. In other words, you're not kind of getting anywhere with something, you're treading water, you're staying in the same place, but you're putting a lot of energy and effort into something. For some of you, this could be in a friendship group or it could be in work. It has the energy of being crowded, of your voice being lost somewhere along the way. And then, Ace of Cups, baby. It's a particularly fine Ace of Cups that you get here with this gorgeous purple colour, which is quite Scorpionic actually. Let me know in the comments section. Just drop like the little Scorpio symbol and then tell me your favourite colour. I love collecting astrological data and I think it's most accurate to collect it from people who actually are that star sign. Suddenly find out that you're all into pink or blue or whatever it is. I'm open-minded, but let me know. Okay, Ace of Cups, wowzers. This is a beautiful energy. It's self-love. So for those of you that may have been a bit down on yourself for a while or just stuck in a bit of a rut, I personally think a lot of Scorpios have been going through quite a deep transformational period between April, when we had an eclipse in Scorpio, and now, okay? It was a deep eclipse, and as a Scorpio, you were best placed to deal with it out of all the star signs, but I still think it must have really hit home for you, you know, in a really big way, causing you between then and now, it's like May, June, July, August, it's only 4 months, for that quarter time of the year to just be reevaluating what you're saying, who you're saying it to, how you are treating yourself, and ultimately who's around you in the love sphere, okay? And who, white butterfly, literally going bananas. Ooh, bye, she's flown over the roof. As I said, that the love thing, white butterfly appeared. Okay, this is good news. We like this. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of something. It's like a renewal of energy. It can also be incoming relationship or like a groundswell of love in an existing connection. Either way, peachy. Peachy, peachy, peachy. Okay, let's have a look, I think. We're going to look at what's coming in. We've got 2 full moons in August. One at the beginning and one right at the end. It's quite unusual. I think this only happens in 1 month of the year, if it happens at all. Okay. What's coming in August that's new to go with the Ace of Cups and the Five of Wands? If this really resonates with you, if this is your story, by the way, there will be an extended reading. And that is the first link in the description box. In that reading, we take all the cards in the YouTube reading and we go deeper, we channel messages from your person, we get a bit freaky and get out some of the freakier decks. Wow. This looks good. If you've been going through it in the love department, this looks fantastic for you. Wowzers. This is the best. Whoa, okay. I've got to see what those are. Before I say this is the best reading you've had in a long time, hang on. There's cards on the floor that we need to look at. Oh my God, okay. Wow, what have you been up to? Okay, I'm going to show you the first card, then I'm going to show you the cards that fell on the floor, which I feel are the kind of meat and potatoes of this reading. That's the card I got next for you, is what's actually coming up for you. How freaking gorgeous is that? I'll show you the cards actually on here, I think. Hang on. There you go. So, after a time of struggle, after a time of crossed wires, miscommunication, not quite knowing what the heck is going on, we're in straight with the Eight of Cups, the beginning of the cup suit, the beginning of love, an initiation, relationship, self-love, yeehaw, okay? Then we ask what's coming in as well. This is like what's around us, what we're bringing in, what's coming in August, the Ten of Cups. Now, of course, the Ten of Cups, you get like a love loop here, because if you've got the Ace of Cups, that's the beginning of the cup suit. If you've got the Ten of Cups, it's like 1 plus 0 equals 1, and you're back to the Ace. So you're doing like a love loop. This is rather gorgeous. It's a new cycle, which I personally think has been missing since May. May is usually a big month for Scorpio. I have no idea why. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you do, you being the real thing itself. Then we have a love loop here. It goes from 1 through to 10, back to 1 through to 10. This is phenomenally nice energy, gorgeous energy, and the energy of a new cycle of love and devotion coming up. But there's some side drama going on here, okay? Let me know in the comment section. Notoriously, Scorpio is a very private star sign, and I find that to be very true with the Scorpios that are nearest and dearest to me. So if you want to, share your story a bit in the comments section. Just let us know what's going on. If you don't want to, that's all good. Just keep watching, because you've got some pretty dishy and interesting cards here. Okay, of the cards that fell on the floor, I don't know where to begin. Yes, I do. Okay, we're going to begin here. Are you ready? There's my computer keyboard. I don't know what's going on with this table at the moment. Let me just shift. It's all very technical. Not. Right. First card from what fell on the floor. I'm going to stick them down here. The Lovers. Well, of course it's the Lovers. There's something in a connection for you, which is, it's a point of tension. So the Lovers used to be called the Choice. It's Gemini energy, which doesn't always mean you're going to meet a Gemini. What it means for me in the Lovers is you think of Gemini's symbol of the twins and duality. And Mercury's going retrograde in August, around the middle of the month, I think, or the 23rd or something like that. Hang on. This is important, because duality and Mercury going retrograde go kind of hand in hand in a really weird way. Right, it goes retrograde on the 23rd. That's kind of right. This is important for you. We've got this duality, when Mercury is retrograde, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury as well, you get a sense of two different paths splitting off from each other. Sometimes it's really obvious and you end up with a really obvious choice, like, do I stay or do I go in this relationship? But very much more often when Mercury is retrograde, it turns into, it's far more subtle. And what happens is two roads tend to split off, but you don't even know that it's happening. So there's something here around going one way or another, but you have not yet created the roads that you're going to take, if that makes sense. And I think it does. So as we go through the month, you're going to be, I'm just going to look at the full moon that we've got. This is going to be a weird and wonderful month for you. I can promise you that. two supermoons. One is in Aquarius on the 1st. Those of you dealing with air signs, something is going to pop around this right in the beginning of the month. Something is going to occur which gives you an open choice. And it's quite exciting. It may, if you're single, be meeting somebody. It can be somebody who was sort of on hold, coming back into the frame. Either way, it ends up with you having what like sliding, don't say swinging doors, sliding doors. You know, you could go one way or the other. Okay, let's just put that there, and I'm going to carry on because this is quite complicated and very interesting. You then have the 10 of Swords. So we have two 10s, which is really important. A lot of completion for you. For some of you, you complete a very painful cycle, which was particularly bad in May and is now coming round for healing. Because you've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, this is like a real trial by fire. You come to a point where it's too painful to stay the same. And this is interesting, and that in itself could give you a choice. The 10 of Swords for you marks a catharsis. And when you're talking Scorpio, Scorpio can do catharsis like no other star sign can. Scorpio, and you will know this, and please, you know, hit the like button or say hello in the comments section if I'm onto something here, because I feel like I am. Scorpio, when it comes to like awakening, catharsis and releasing, Scorpio gets down and dirty to the bottom of the well and leaves no stone unturned. Because you are not afraid of the dark side, of whatever the kind of, it's your job in a way to work your way through the sewer of humanity and understand it. It's why Scorpio, they always talk about Scorpio with death, you know, and love and sex. And it's true, the big ticket items belong to you, but not in the way that people think. It's not like, oh, Scorpio sex maniac, yeah, and all that. It's because Scorpio knows about the underside of it, knows about union, knows about death, knows about rebirth, knows about all that Plutonian stuff that we dare not even shine a light on. Scorpio's down there. No need for a head torch, okay? So, you are having an emotional clear out here. 10 of Swords is that emotional clear out for you. It's happening regardless. You're good for it. You're strong enough for it. For some of you, it can be a relationship ending, finally, and probably you putting the nail in the coffin. For others of you, it's a very painful phase coming to an end, and a brand new phase that is very beautiful opening up. Either way, it's important, it's necessary, it's unavoidable. So get your waders on, you're going down into the bottom depths, you know. You're going to like it. Leave me a comment, please. Okay, then the Fool. Thank God. Just what we need at this point. A brand new cycle. The Fool is, I've been there, I've gone down into the depths, I've had a shower, I've got changed, I've packed my knapsack, the loyal dog is with me, let's go. Hold your nose and jump, you're into the new phase. I personally think this occurs as we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, which is about mid-September. Also, there's a full moon in Pisces on the 31st of August. That will be when you release completely. It's a sister moon, it's in a water sign. It's deep release for you at that time. So think of it in terms of the moon cycle. So we have the Leo new moon in the middle of the month. This is a time when you're setting your intentions. Okay, 16th of August, you're setting your intentions. You're putting it out there to the universe bravely, what you want out of this situation. The Pisces full moon at the end of the month is when you release everything that is necessary for what you want to happen. Then, as we're building up towards the next new moon, which is on the 15th of September, and the same day Mercury goes direct, got a new moon in Libra. Yes. Lovely Venus ruled Libra, and Mercury going direct means then you can go ahead. You've chosen your path. You don't even know you were doing it, and it's quite interesting. This has like a path on it. You've chosen your path. There's no going back. Bingo, the Fool. Ready for a new cycle. Brand new. And what do we get for this? We get the Chariot and the King of Wands. One or two of you are like, there he is. I don't know why that is, but I can feel it. Okay, with the Chariot, you're getting, and this will happen throughout the month as Mercury's retrograde, you're getting push and pull. Charioteer always has two sphinxes that want to go in a different direction. And you kind of have to control the Chariot. You can't make the two sphinxes get on and go in one direction. Instead, you have to control the Chariot. That's just the way it is. So the Charioteer is there, and this is you kind of struggling a bit. You know, the struggle is real. You're this way, that way. You think, I want this, I want that. Let those struggles continue. You can hold 2 points of conflict at the same time. That's what humans do. Then the King of Wands. This is somebody else. So this can be your significant other, the person you're in connection with. They feel quite powerful. They feel quite outgoing. King of Wands can be popular. They're fun. They're high sexual energy. Scorpio needs a kind of a challenge. Not for you, the wet lettuce, you know, it's just not really your thing. King of Wands supplies that. This is someone who is sexy, attractive and bold. Okay. Now let's see, is there anything we need to know about in terms of obstacles? What's standing in our way? Of course it is the Seven of Swords. That's interesting. Whew. 10 of Wands. Think of that almost as a clarifier for the Seven of Swords. And another 10. Okay. Seven of Swords. Often this is the thief card. Obviously someone's stealing 5 swords. They fancy going back for the other 2. Sometimes the Seven of Swords comes up when it's about you. Sometimes it comes up when you need to be doing everything on a need-to-know basis. Scorpio is empowered by secrecy. So Scorpios don't blab, and you know that about yourself. And if you do blab, you give away your power. There's something very, I don't know, like Plutonian about keeping all this stuff secret. It gives you a sort of explosive power that's needed in this situation. With the Seven of Swords, you're looking back on effort that you've made that was wasted, time that you've spent that you could have been doing something else. And you're thinking to yourself as you go into this new cycle, and even if it's an old relationship in a new cycle, you're thinking to yourself, not this time do I lay my feelings on the line, or do I put myself out there quite as openly as I did before. And that's good. You don't want to be overwhelmed by effort like you were before, or carrying as much as you were before. So it's not you being sneaky, it's you keeping below the radar while you need to do that. And sometimes we do need to do that because of the other people that are around us, okay? Whew. Yes, look at that. Right underneath the lovers, the moon. There is nothing more secretive than the moon. You may be working on subliminal things during this time. You may be using tarot, you may be using magic, you may be using whatever scorpionic stuff you've got. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it works for you. You may need to hold some things back and be secretive around this time. It will pay off for you. Also, around the situation that you're in, there are secrets knocking around, and those secrets will be released at times of the full moon. So the beginning and the end of August. The person that you were dealing with, for some of you is still dealing with, there was some element of not telling you everything that was at the bottom of that well. But now look at that bad boy. Oh my God, this is so cool. So we get the Sun, which is the blab card. It's the card of someone coming out, being open, secrets coming out into the open. Feminine, yin energy becomes masculine, yang energy, and they're in balance. And also watch out for the next eclipse, which is in October. Very important because the Sun and the Moon together for me is my eclipse. So, yes. The important one for you, I do believe, is on the 28th. There is one on the 14th, the new moon solar eclipse in Libra. That one's important, but not as much as this one. 28th of October, we're in Scorpio season, early in Scorpio season. There is a full moon partial lunar eclipse in your opposite sign of Taurus. That's when it really starts to rock and roll in this situation. This is very interesting, Scorpio. I hope you're leaving me comments. Whoa! Oh my God! So this is a sample deck that I've got, and a couple of the cards are repeated. And isn't it mad as well that you get, I'm going to just put myself out so you can see it, that you get the full under the full, oh God, double confirmation. Double confirmation. Cripes. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at your person because they're not invisible, but they're certainly not visible. Remember I said about duality in Mercury retrograde? Being visible and invisible at the same time. Now that's something that Gemini does do actually, so some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. But either way, we're going to look at your person. Wow, Page of Cups. We're going to look at how they feel about you. We're going to do some channeling around it because it's the kind of thing I think you need to channel to get answers for, and we will channel messages from your person as well. Now, the Page of Cups here at the end, very, very fitting. That almost is the beginning coming at the end of your reading. Page of Cups is a beautiful energy. It's the energy of let's start this off. It's the beginning of love. It's like the seed of something. It's a very sweet energy for you. This is your love story right here, okay? Double full into the Page of Cups. You're rewriting the book. I'm very excited for you, Scorpio. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on, and I'm off to do the extended. I will see you on the other side. Namaste and congratulations.